anyways, this is like my last week here, and I'm excited to introduce Roman. He's taken over as the new community lead, so give him a round of applause. We'll get to know him a little bit. Again, seriously, thank you so much for being here. This is an amazing turnout. I'm so excited to see this. I'm so excited that the community is excited to hear from local founders and to support them, to hear them challenge themselves with the 2-minute pitch. If any of you guys have pitched for partners or investors or just to get in front of the community, I'm sure that you know it's a challenge. It's a challenge to get it concise and to speak confidently and eloquently and to do it in that 2-minute time period. It is a challenge, so I'm excited. They've been practicing. Our very own Kelly Thompson over here with Next Level Venture, she's been helping coach them and get them prepped. And it's been a really exciting time for us to get to know each other and to get them pumped up and to be in front of you. So thank you for being here to support them. A little bit of housekeeping. We have these 2 bathrooms are being cleaned right now. So if you need a bathroom, there's some directly down the end of this hall. But that also leads into our offices and our co-working area. So if you don't mind, if you go to the restroom, just come on back. Let's not wander around the building or anything. Let's just stay where we are. And then there is drinks in the back. Thank you, Austin Hildebrand. Him and his wife Emily own the Highlands Day Spa. They're always here for our events as our bartender. Give them a round of applause as well. Thank you. Yeah. All right, so tonight we have 5 founders that are pitching for us. They are all seasoned entrepreneurs. They have either current businesses or businesses they've done before. They all have experience and success under their belt. And so we're really excited. We had several people apply to be a part of this. And we curated this. We were really excited about the talent we were seeing. We think this is going to be pretty competitive tonight because they all do have such great success and experience with things in the past. And so we're really excited to have them. Kelly Thompson, like I said, we partnered with her. She works for Gonzaga's new venture lab, and she also has started her own pitch contest company called Next Level Venture, and she's partnered with us. Yes, she's an amazing asset to our community. If you don't know her, absolutely come connect with her. And then we have 3 amazing judges with us tonight. So if you guys didn't know, we're going to be able to have an audience favorite vote. So if you haven't gotten a ballot, make sure we'll announce it, but you'll be able to come grab a ballot. So we're going to have an audience favorite vote, and then we're also going to have the grand prize winner from our 3 judges. And I'm going to introduce them now. So our first judge is Sarah White up here. If you want to say hello. 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 Sarah's going to introduce herself real quick and who she is, what she does, and she's also been so kind to also donate a prize both to our audience favorite and to our grand prize winner. So she's going to explain that with what she does.
Hey, my name's Sarah White, and I run a company called Aspect 43. We are a go-to-market strategy firm, and we really specialize in M&A and investment. We've done about $1.5 billion of investment in the last 5 years through mostly the B2B SaaS space, and we are donating to the winner one of our startup program packages, which has right now a 4-year wait list. And then we are also to whoever wins the choice, they are going to get a 2-hour strategy session with us.
Woohoo. Yeah.
Hello, I'm Ryan Hughes. My company's Hughes REI. Ultimately, I personally invest in small businesses. I used to run and operate my own small companies, and have turned that into trying to invest into leaders that are local in the Coeur d'Alene, put my money behind them, and also my consulting and some of my past experience, try to help them grow. I am actually looking for companies now that have some profit, have some customers, and need help growing financially and some support. So I'm putting it out there as my pitch, if anyone needs that. And then Kyle Fredrickson, a buddy of mine, and I have donated some consulting for strategy and execution. Whoever the winner is, we hope to sit down with them and just make sure they have a good plan and tighten it up and get them ready to skyrocket.
Awesome, thank you. And our last one is Mr. Doc Larson.
First of all, I don't know why she gave me the microphone. I never give it back. So I'm Doc. I am the CEO of Pantheon Business Development Group, which is a hybrid model helping ideation stage startup build out their infrastructure correctly so they don't wind up with all the pains and horror stories that you hear with startups trying to do it on their own. You don't know what you don't know is the catchphrase, right? That's me in a nutshell, and my office is downstairs, and me and my cohorts have been in this building since technically before it opened, so we're very familiar with most of the people here and love the community.
All right, yes. Thank you so much for being here, guys. I'm going to pass this over to Kelly, and she's going to introduce our founders and get us rolling.
All right, let me get my clicker. Let me click through this. All right, I am so excited to be here. This is my debut of Next Level Venture, and I'd like to give you a little background on that. So, as Kirsten said, I work for Gonzaga. That's my main job in the new Venture Lab, and I have Max Brown in the back, who is one of our student directors here. And what the program does is that we team up with local entrepreneurs with college students and help them with all sorts of their business challenges. So it could be marketing, website auditing, any kind of finance or business plan writing. So if you have a business and you'd like some free help from some great, awesome Gonzaga students, please let me know. And also, I am now the founder of Next Level Venture, which is a dynamic pitch competition. And our mission is to provide clarity, connection, and community for our startups in our region. So, there's 3 reasons why I created Next Level. The first is, which Kirsten had said, it is really important to deliver a clear and concise short message. Because all of you want to be able to come away tonight saying, I know exactly what they do, and I know some people that they need to meet. So that's really important. And also, there is confidence. You know, getting up in front of people, that's kind of freaks me out a little bit. Freaks everyone out a little bit. One story I love to say is my very first pitch competition. So I've been doing pitch competitions for a year and a half. And the very first winner, she was so excited that she got up in front of the audience to pitch her business that she went on to Shark Tank. And her episode just aired in Day Cake, and she even got an offer. So she was very excited that her pitch competition gave her that confidence. So, really fun. Also, the second part of our pitch competition, which is a little unique, is that we're creating a community. And that community is all of our existing founders who are preparing their pitches. And it's an online community, and we're using a new platform called Cord. And that is a local Spokane startup as well. And Cord will allow us to have discussions and chats and video calls and file storage. So we're using that platform to get prepared for the competition, but we also are going to stick around once you've pitched that they are now going to be alumni. And so I've provided a space for existing and new and alumni to come together and help each other out and hear and give feedback on their pitches. So that's another unique aspect of the pitch competition. And then finally, whoops, there we go, is organizing with other, yes, it didn't go, oh. There we go. Help. 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 It's stuck. It's stuck.
You keep going.
I'm going to keep going.
There you go.
Organizations, because we all know, like, how many of you have other events on Thursdays and Wednesday nights and Friday nights and such? So instead of putting another event on your calendar, let's combine forces and have one event. So that's where the partnerships come about. All right. Now, how can all of you get involved? Well, I'm sure some of you would like to pitch, right? So if you're interested in pitching, let me know. You can also organize a pitch competition at one of your events as well. And you can also sponsor or donate a prize. These prizes also elevate you and your business and lets everyone know that we're supporting our startup community. And then also provide support and introductions. That's your biggest role tonight. So make sure that you meet all of our founders and open doors to them. You never know what's going to happen. And then also the easiest thing is to just share. So my website is nextlevelventure.xyz, and you can find out ways to pitch and support the pitch competitions. And so now we're on to the competition. All right. So this is the agenda. Each of our founders will have 2 minutes to pitch their business, and then we'll follow up with 3 minutes and question and answer from all of you. So make sure if you have a question, we'll have a microphone going around, so make sure you raise your hand if you have a question. And then our judges will determine the grand prize winner, and then you all will have a say in who will vote and for the audience favorite award. And then after we announce our winners, we'll have more networking, and we will be done by 8. So this is the lineup of who is going to be going. We have Consigliere, Anchor, Midwife, Bywander, and Unicoi. So that is our lineup for tonight. And let me just go quickly through our prizes. We have a $1,700 cash prize from the Innovation Collective member community. We also have the Grand Prize Startup Advisory Program. It's worth $20,000, and that is from Aspect 43. We also have an open investment meeting focused on business strategy, and that is from Encircle Consulting and Hughes REI. We also have a branding video from MTM. We have a 2-hour well-natured being event package with Sparrow. And then our audience favorite is that half-day startup advisory consultation from Aspect 43. So those are the prizes, lots of prizes. And thank you so much for everyone who has donated. And now on with the competition. So Gabriel's up first, so let's give him a round of applause. There's your clicker.
Hi, my name is Gabriel Buehler. I'm a co-founder of Consigliere, and for the criminal justice system, we're helping to solve a pre-trial processing logjam by building a first-of-its-kind inter-council messaging and case management platform. As of right now, about 75% of everyone sitting in a jail cell is just waiting for their day in court. And on average, they'll sit there for about 135 days at a cost to the taxpayer of $117 per day per person. So in Spokane County alone, that translates to over $20 million spent just on pretrial detention. Surprisingly enough, though, this is not the problem. It's really just a symptom of the system. The real problem is that there are many systems that these attorneys, judges, law enforcement agencies use and are using, and these systems don't communicate. They just don't talk to each other. So for instance, a public defender is given a few antiquated software systems, an email account, and a telephone, and then a stack of 50 to 100 cases that they have to work with. It might take days for that same public defender to find out that there's a new filing on one of their cases or that their client was picked up on a bench warrant. Those days in a system that has dozens, if not hundreds of steps, turns into months, all while the defendant sits in jail, losing their house, losing their family, possibly losing their job. We want to turn those days into hours and months into days. So with the ultimate end user being the attorneys in the field and the ultimate customer being the counties and law firms that supply these resources, we want to help increase the velocity of information for them, because reduced pretrial or faster case resolution means reduced pretrial detention and huge taxpayer savings, as well as defendants getting back to their lives. Right now, we have an MVP build-out, minimum core functionality, case messaging or case monitoring and messaging. We're really just looking for beta testers, people to help break it so we can rebuild it. We're looking for connections in the industry. We're looking for connections in Washington and Idaho so we can actually get counties to sign on. And from an investor standpoint, we're looking for strategic investors that want to be hands-on. Thank you.
All right, do we have any questions from the audience? Anyone? Questions? Over here. Go.
Yeah, what is your biggest roadblock for gatekeepers?
Yeah, so if you've never contracted with the government, even if it's for a free solution that we're helping to build for them, that's, as of right now, the biggest roadblock. I have an incredible CTO who's basically helping to build the thing from scratch by himself, and we're really just looking for users to get hands on it so we can start building it and ultimately creating better outcomes for defendants.
Can you talk a little bit about your team's background and why this is something that is relevant to
Yes.
you?
So I highlighted a little bit. So I have a unique founder market fit. I have a background in product and technology development, marketing, sales, all that good stuff. And then I went to law school and became an attorney. And I spent time in the criminal court system in Spokane, built relationships, and saw how the sausage was made. And it is ugly. And the software that they have, it just doesn't fit anything. So we wanted to build something simple, easy to use, easy to plug and play. And then on top of that, I have a slide here for David has been developing software for 20 plus years. He's basically a one-man development shop and did in a couple of months what we were told it was going to take half a year, 9 months to do. So just a lot of background, both in the industry and then also the development skills to make it happen.
So this is super awesome. I have a medical background. I'm over here, sorry.
Oh, hi.
One of my questions, so in the medical world, we worry about HIPAA, right, compliance, and that's been one of the challenges in having these kinds of software, or, electronic medical records. And so my question to you is, how do you think you're going to get over those barriers of different compliance issues, especially across different institutions and different levels of within the county and things like that?
Okay, so a little bit more on my background. I work with federal governments. I manage a GSA schedule for a different company that I work for. So I'm very familiar with some of the compliance issues and NIST standards and everything like that. A lot of stuff we're building, it's going to be on the cloud and in an infrastructure that satisfies a lot of those requirements. And then the rest of it, it's like you're building end-to-end, right? I just lost the word in my head. Encrypted, end-to-end, right? And there are certain things that we'll get through county by county because some counties might have different requirements. But I don't think the compliance requirements are going to be the issue. It's really just getting their hands on it. Plus, the type of data, the vast majority of the data that we're dealing with is publicly available. It's uploaded. You can access a lot of these records on the county website right now. So it's more just about tying messaging threads to that publicly available data.
Thank you so much, Gabriel. Let's give him one more round of applause.
All right, who do we have up next? Is Luke.
Hi.
Here's your microphone.
Good job.
Let's go, Luke.
We're twinsies. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Let's see if that's going to work. Okay. I'd like to address the elephant in the room and the donkey. So did you know that the federal government this last week passed a bill that is going to cost each and every single person in this room $2,100? This bill is not going to improve any roads. It's not going to help our education system. And in fact, it's not going to help the American infrastructure in any way, shape, or form. And did you also know that same group this last week just passed H.R. 7888, which amends the Surveillance Act of 1978, specifically Section 702A, which empowers the government to spy on every single phone call you have, every text message and email you send, and every Facebook like you have without any due process. Well, before Anchor, I didn't know that either. So what we've built is a system that consumes legislation, policies, and budget information. We run it through our data pipeline, and then we can provide detailed political insight information to liberty-based groups, media influencers, and informed voters. The way this works, you take a high-level policy, you run it through Anchor's synthetic data layer, and then we can directly correlate the specific language on the books and how that relates in that representation map. We then take that representation map and we overlay that with a representative's voting history, the special interest money they take, the sponsors that they write on bills, any digital political fingerprint that they leave. We take that and then we create an immutable historical record of their behavior. We have a real product, we have real customers right now, real paying customers, and they get so much value out of using Anchor. There's many other industries that we can go into, and so if any of you are as excited about bringing real transparency and accessibility to the government the way that my team and I are, I'd love to talk with you more. So thank you.
Okay, I already see 3 hands. We're gonna do 3 questions.
Can you explain a little bit more about who your customers are and your pricing model?
Yeah, so we're doing a middle out approach. So we're starting with the state legislation. It's a good mix between people that have money and not being so high profile. They're difficult to approach right away. And our initial customers are freedom caucuses. So specifically the Illinois Policy Institute is one of the groups we've been working with. And so they are in charge of keeping track of violations of the constitutional freedoms, based out of Chicago.
So Luke, I have a question. Are you afraid or nervous about the blowback you're going to get from politicians when you call them out on their voting records?
I mean, my team and I are hopefully pretty clean. My co-founder Cal has lived in this world for quite a while, so he knows how to navigate it. It's definitely crossed my mind, but I don't know. I've done some really cool motocross races in my past, so I think I've checked all my bucket list items. So I think we're okay. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm not depressed. Just putting that out there. Yeah.
Have you teamed with any other think tanks that are like-minded yet?
We've talked with a few. Honestly, we've been pretty quiet getting the system to work. It wasn't a certainty that what we were trying to do is actually possible. We got a proof of concept going just months ago, and then the first client landed actually this week, so we're just starting to talk with those different groups.
There are some logical interchanges between some existing platforms like Smart Voter and things like that. Have you considered how that might work?
Yeah. I mean, anyone that's for freedom and transparency, we'd love to work with them.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Luke. Let's give him another round of applause.
Good evening, Sharks. Imagine this. You're at a home birth or a midwifery clinic. The midwife and the mother are in the most intimate moment of that mother's life, the birth. The midwife is on her tablet, on her phone, tracking the heartbeats, the monitoring, and suddenly during the crowning or during some great event, that app crashes. This happens a lot more than you would think. Midwife EMR. EMRs, electronic medical records, are not cut out for midwifery. There are mismatches in the niche, there are mismatches in the audience, and there are mismatches in the investment. Midwives cannot afford to create an EMR for themselves. The midwife market is burgeoning. Over the past 5 years, it has become a $4.1 billion industry. I have made Midwife EMR, which is specifically for midwives. An EMR that is just powerful as traditional EMRs, but for the niche of midwifery. There are 3 competitors dominating the market seen here. They take up 59% of the market, or on the last slide. Midwife EMRs offer comprehensive tools from labor tools like contraction counters, hemorrhage monitors, things like that, lab APIs. I've self-funded this $139,000 and I have $40,000 left to complete the project. After launch, I'm so sorry guys, this is not working. I'm not gonna win this competition like this. I aim to disrupt, here we go. Here, just take the clicker. I'm just going to finish it up. I aim to disrupt the midwifery market in about a couple months with a subscription-based model, which is on a slide up there. But I have a 5-year forecast and evaluation model absolutely completed, and I invite you to support my mission to revolutionize the midwifery industry. Thanks.
All right, questions?
Can you talk through the pricing model, because I know you
Yeah.
got your time cut off, so I want to make
Sorry
sure
about
you have
that.
a chance to do that.
It's a subscription model. Basically, you can have unlimited users on your team. So if you're a large clinic, you can have 100 midwives on your industry. So yeah, for the same price, but it goes up per client. So the more clients a midwife has, the more subscription and the more costly it is. We start from $39 up to $500 per month.
Hey, Corey,
Yeah.
would you like to start from the top again and try again?
No,
I asked
I'm okay.
them.
I'm okay.
All right, cool.
Let's do questions. I'm okay. Yeah, thanks, Kurt.
So how
Oh,
does
don't even
your
worry.
app- Sorry, I know, I keep
Yeah.
being I'm that person. How does your app interface with different devices such as the heart rate monitors, contraction monitors? Like, does it have that capability?
Yeah,
or
so
is
this is a native mobile app, meaning I didn't build it on the web. That's why it costs so much money for me to build. It's going to be about a $165,000 investment, which is almost completed. And why I say that is because it's an iOS and Android application for both mobile and tablet. All the tools are built into the app. There's no separate third-party tools or operating software in the application. So a midwife can go into a contraction counter, tap, and every time she taps or he taps, it will go into that record, which can be exported and sent to hospitals for transfer of care and things like that happen with other EMRs that you see on a more larger scale. I should have just done this.
One more question over here.
Yeah.
Is there opportunity for the general population, so the woman who is getting ready to have birth, she can press the button?
What a nice question. The tools are not available for the client, but the client does have access to the midwife's records. So if a midwife has a client, like if I'm your midwife and you're my client, you can log into the app and you can see all of your records, only the records the midwife has released to show you, because obviously if there's a problem, you don't want to see it first before the midwife has a chance to report that to you, right? But yes, the client does have access to the app, but not the tools. I assume that after we launch, there'll be development of client tools, but I didn't see a need there yet, other than for the client to be able to see and like midwives like, hey, your ultrasounds are done. And this app does connect to like LabCorp and Quest, where they can release ultrasounds and labs so those patients can see the reports. Yeah,
Thank you, Corey.
Yep,
Awesome
thank you.
job. Thank you. Okay, Jordan, let's make sure you stay over.
Perfect, will do.
Yeah, thank you.
My name is Jordan Allen. I'm the CEO and founder. I've got some co-founders back here as well from Bywander. I'm going to share with you guys today the weird and wonderful intersection of retail returns, where we believe everything deserves a second chance. We have a really deep team in e-commerce, retail logistics, technology, capital raising. They're in the back. So I always thought everything I bought online or in store and returned went back up on the shelf. Well, if you open it, damage the packaging, sometimes you have to grenade it just to open some of this stuff up. It doesn't go back up on the shelf. And like, how big of a problem is this? Americans are on track to return $1 trillion worth of items this year. That's like 3% of the US GDP. It is an enormous problem. It's a problem for retailers. It's a problem for consumers, and most of all, it's a problem for the environment. And so here's why nobody's ever got big doing this. It's an incredibly fragmented industry across isolated geographies. The shipping and logistics is incredibly expensive, archaic technology. This is one of the largest competitors in the entire country. They do $40 million a year in revenue at like a 50% margin. No refunds, no testing, no exchanges. It's pretty archaic. So our vision is to connect customers to retail returns in hours, not months. This is what retail returns look like. This is what we do to them. And here's how we win. If we can buy cheaper, sell higher, process faster, because we have a national presence and really ultimately building consumer trust. Super easy to use. And we launched February 7th. We did 5,000 in revenue in February. We did 12,000 in revenue in March. We're on track to do about 25,000 in April and continue to scale. And this is what our customers look like. They show up, let's see here. They show up, they bake us cookies, they make t-shirts for us. We're really turning like a faceless e-commerce platform into a community where people are showing up every day and buying from us. So it's really exciting. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions? Who's got a question for Jordan?
How do you scale across geographies?
Yeah, so the slide clicked a little bit fast, but our business model is really simple. We buy in bulk, we inspect each individual item, and then we sell it in a one-day, no-reserve auction. These items are really hard to price. Packaging could be damaged or ripped, or maybe there's a missing part, so everything's sold in a one-day, no-reserve auction.
How much of the product goes in one day? How many times do you have to relist the average product?
Well, because it's no reserve, every item starts at $1, whether it's a $1,200 treadmill or a pair of horse knee pads, it's going. So we sell like 97% of our items. We have sold horse knee pads, by the way. Are you bidding? Okay, nice.
Given the market is so big at $1 trillion, do you foresee Amazon doing this directly with the return products?
One of the challenges is for retailers, they don't want to cannibalize their new sales. So, one of my co-founders was in Home Depot the other day. The guy's loading up pallets and he's like, hey, can I buy those? They don't want you to, go in through the room and buy returns. They want you buying new products. So that's where pretty much every retailer allows us to buy in bulk. But you have to buy by the semi-truckload. You can't usually buy like individual items, knock on the Amazon, warehouse door and get a blue extra large North Face coat.
Do we have any other questions? Any last questions? One more.
So I guess I have a quick question. How do you plan on building a reliable customer experience for people, let's say, looking for a specific product, if everything's on a one-day auction and inventory isn't going to be consistent?
So we think that the more inventory we get, here's what we've seen so far in our results. More inventory equals more bidders equals more bids equals higher margins. It allows us to buy more. We turn over our entire warehouse every 5 to 7 days as new semi-trucks come in. I don't think even Costco has 5 to 7 day turn times. Like industry, standards are like usually 120 days. So we move through these items quickly.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Jordan.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to grab the clicker here, unless you want to. Okay. If not, that's fine. Let's get. Oh, there we go. All right, my name's Andrea Parrish, and I've been terminally online for well over 20 years. And if there is one thing I have learned after going viral multiple times for both myself and my clients, it's that simply one size does not, cannot, and will never fit all, especially because people go online for the comments, not necessarily for the content. How long have you spent scrolling those comments just to make sure you're seeing something interesting? However, the fact is the tools we have perpetuate the myth that it's the content, not the comments, where businesses can make money. And we see this again and again because researching online, you are looking for those comments, those reviews, and simply what other people have to say more than what the company itself has to say. And the tools that are available to support that do not do well. Now, if you've done any kind of social media management, you probably recognize at least 5 to 10 of these tools, but imagine you want to manage comments on more than just a few platforms. Now, imagine you want to pull actual usable data from those platforms, and then imagine that you actually want to track the workflow and get your comments approved. Your options are pretty minimal, except I've been building a tool called Unikoi for over 10 years now. I've had over 20 prototype testers, and we solve these problems in real life. My clients are incredibly happy with it. They say it transforms their workflow and is an absolute game changer. And we have a growth plan based on niche communities that will serve us well. I and my team are ready to absolutely make this happen, and all we're asking for today is 2 things: beta testers of social media managers, and of course, money to help make it happen. Questions? Run for Jessica, run!
The question asker. Okay, so why do I care as a business owner? No, I mean, like, you know, is this for big businesses? Is it for little businesses? Who is this for, and why should I care if I don't have a lot of money to spend on my social media?
Okay, there's a couple of reasons you care. First of all, and I have a slide in here somewhere, but long story short, if you respond to comments online, then you have lower customer churn and you have 20 to 40% more per customer spend for every business across the board. I've seen it in person, I've seen it in action. And the team that you hire, or if you're a one-person business, you probably spend way too much time actually looking for those comments. The internet is more than just Facebook, Instagram, X, and LinkedIn. There are niche communities all over the internet that are probably already talking about your product or service, and you need to be able to find those conversations.
I was wondering what you would plan on using your seed money for then?
What I would plan on using the seed money for are a couple of things. First of all, development. I have built this platform with low and no code tools for myself, and I simply need a developer's help. I am not a coder, and I apologize to everyone in the room who does code who is cringing for the sins I have probably committed. So first and foremost, it is actually development, and then of course a team to help make sure this happens. I'm awesome at social media marketing. I am terrible at a lot of other kinds of marketing. So I want to make sure that we get help in sales, that we get help in development, and that we actually build a good business, not just a good platform.
Any other questions? Oh, Chris?
Yeah.
Perfect.
What's your exit strategy? Are you hoping somebody will buy you?
Couple possibilities there. One, definitely acquire. In fact, if you go back to those first few set of slides, there's about 15 platforms that do scheduling only and no conversation management whatsoever. I think that's a really good opportunity for acquire, as would be Canva, because they have a particularly customer-focused group. If it is not acquisition, then I do have a whole separate plan for adding scheduling and adding outgoing social media management on top of the inbound if we decide to grow that way.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
And that is all. That is it.
Yeah.
That's all of our founders.
So here's how the rest of the night's gonna go. One more time, let's give a round of applause for our 5 founders. Very brave, very courageous, lots of hard work, sticking through some of our technical difficulties and just having a great attitude. Thank you so much again for being here. Thank you guys for spending time to be here and give your all. Appreciate it. So what we're gonna do is you should have gotten a ballot from us up at the front. We're going to spend, if you can kind of hang out and not get a little too rowdy and like start going everywhere and getting really loud and stuff, we're gonna let our judges step out for a minute and they're gonna deliberate, and then we're gonna have you guys vote. If we could get your audience votes within the next like 5 minutes or less, we're gonna hand count those really quick. So we're gonna do that. If you wanna bring it to me or Kelly up at the front, get your audience vote in really fast. They're gonna go deliberate, and then we're gonna hang out here so that we can announce the winner and give our prizes. And then we'll have some time at the end to make sure that we can network so you can come meet our founders and connect with them, offer them any connections or resources that you might have, or ask them more questions and just make some friends, okay? So get us your audience vote, and then get back to your seat and just, and then hopefully this will be like 10-ish minutes or so, 10 to 15. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, pens are up front if you need some at this table.
Let's find our seats and get ready. Please find your seats and get ready. All right, thank you again so much for being here. This is so fun. I forgot to say this before. So if you didn't know why we were doing this, honestly, I kind of just wanted to do something fun. I made this up, and Kelly also. This is her bread and butter. This is what she does. But during Christmas time, we always have a party for our members at the end of every month. It's usually just really laid back and chill, and we have drinks, and we hang out and get to know each other more. And during Christmas, I was like, I'm in the Christmas spirit, and we had a party, and we made it really fun. And then I got a bunch of people to donate things for a silent auction, and I was like, we are so cool, and we can do so much good in the community, and I wanted to do something charitable. So we did a silent auction, and I allowed the members to vote for how they want the money to be used. I said we could either allow the community to send in essays on what they need the money for and how the money would benefit them, but then we would have to read a bunch of essays. And then the other one was we could donate the money to a charity that we all decided on, or we could put on a pitch competition. And in true nerd, entrepreneurial, startup, founder fashion, everyone's like, pitch competition? Of course. So it took a little while, but I was like, better late than never. I'm leaving in like 4 days. We gotta make this happen. And thank you so much to Kelly. Seriously, round of applause for Kelly. I've been getting myself ready. I started my own business. I started my own LLC this month, and I've been doing a lot. Roman's been taking over, and Kelly's been holding it together while we're both like in and out, and she's probably been stressed. So thank you for all your help, and thank you for being here tonight. This is more than I could have imagined, and it's also so cool to see so much excitement that the IC specifically is talking that we want to try and make this biannual. So we want to start having this much more regularly, getting creative to see how we can continue to raise small pools of money to be able to benefit these founders, allowing you guys to be able to apply to pitch more often. So definitely, if you have an organization or a business of your own and you like to host events and things like that, you can partner with Kelly. You can make sure to stay in touch with the IC, and we'll be partnering with Kelly to make more of these happen. But we're really excited for this. So now, I will stop talking. We have added up the votes, and should we do grand prize or audience favorite first?
Audience favorite.
Audience favorite first. It was so interesting to see, we actually have a tie for audience favorite. Yes. Our audience favorite vote goes to, wait, hold on, sorry. Sorry, I really don't want to get this mixed up. Okay, actually it's a three-way tie because the actual audience favorite is the same as our grand prize winner, so. Okay, for our audience favorite, the three-way tie is between Jordan Allen with Bywander, Gabriel Bueller with Consular, and Luke Dupin with Anchor. So, since we said that our audience favorite is the same as the grand prize, one of those three is our grand prize, and our grand prize winner, drum roll, is Jordan Allen with Bywander. Do you want to say some words?
I'm looking at my head of finance right now.
No, keep going.
No, this is really exciting, you guys. I have never done a 2-minute pitch in my life. Everything takes usually 10 to kind of 30 minutes, so I was practicing on the way out and got a little stressful when I was hitting that 7.5-minute mark. So I really appreciate it. This is the first time I've ever been out here. This place is incredible. It's amazing. I'd love to do more pitches and things here. This is incredible. So thanks for inviting us.
Yeah, thank you so much. The community is really excited to see this grow, and we really hope. Yes, and also this, your grand prize. This is fake, but $1,700 raised by the Innovation Collective community is your grand prize, cash prize. And then, as we mentioned, we have the $20,000 startup advisory program from Aspect 43. We have a 2-hour consultation for you to put on your own event with Sparrow Spicer with Well-Natured Being Events. And from MTM, back here, Andre Minka, we have a brand video for you. And then for Luke and for Gabriel, you two, we're gonna let you both tie as our second place audience vote. And Sarah so graciously would love to do a 2-hour consultation with the Startup Advisory Program with both of you. Just very excited to see you guys progress. So, thank you again for being here. Let's do one more round of applause. Let's grab a picture.
Sorry, I guess I jumped to conclusions when I saw a check and you called my name. So I was talking to my finance guy because we're going to spend this on something very important, our Cinco de Mayo party. So we're having an open warehouse event on May 2nd, which is Thursday at 4:30 to 7:30. Margarita mixers. We'll kind of give you a tour of the warehouse, see what we're doing. It looks like the basement of like an Addams Family movie because we're on a Bud Light budget right now, but this is going to something really important, alcohol. So thank you so much. You're all welcome.
All right. Wait, come take a photo. Come take a photo. Do you guys want to come take a photo? Thank you guys. Okay, we're taking a photo and you guys.
Matt, you guys gotta come up.
And then thanks for being here. Thanks guys. Have a great night.
Thanks,
Yeah, please come meet our founders still and connect with them. Tell them if you have people that you'd like to introduce them to. Ask them how you can get involved with their business or where you can find them. Just mix and mingle. Otherwise, thanks and see you guys next time.
I want to also speak on behalf of everybody who's been part of IC and wish Kurt an amazing future, and you've done so much for this community. Everybody I talk to tells me that you're the difference, so thank you very much.
Don't make me do it.